Hi, this is Dr. David Potter. Today's podcast is going to be my dear friend Stephanie Goodman, who is an amazing nutritionist at Progressive Nutrition Solutions, but also an expert in essential oils and how they're used and how they can benefit us physiologically, neurologically, psychologically. And before we get going, Stephanie, I just wanted to thank you for doing this quick interview and introducing what essential oils are to my practice members and the people that are listening to the podcast. But I also wanted to say that one of the things that I feel is so authentic about you is that you're always informative, but never pushy. And I really admire that about you, that you let people come to their own questions and you guide them towards their own answers. And I've always thought that was a tremendous trait of yours, because whenever I get introduced to a new modality or therapy, I question a lot in the beginning until it proves itself. And with you teaching me over the years about nutrition and essential oils, your style has always been to educate me so that I can find my own way. And I just really think that that's not only authentic, but compassionate to where my learning curve has been. So I wanted to thank you just for me and also for speaking to my practice members and the people listening today. So welcome, and let's get going.
Great. Thank you so much for saying that. That's so sweet.
So what we wanted to do today, Steph, is we wanted to just speak about essential oils, how people can use them. Right now, it's still, as people are coming out of quarantine and they're starting to come back into this new, hopefully better normal, everything is still not completely open. And so it's hard to get to the gym still. It's hard to get to the doctor still. So I wanted to speak to how essential oils can be used for people's health, their well-being, things like that. So first things first, because I know you're an expert in this, what exactly are essential oils? What are they used for? How would people use them? And essentially, how do they actually work? I know they smell good. How does it affect people?
So as you know, I'm so excited to talk about this, but a lot of people don't know where essential oils really come from, but they're natural organic compounds that are found in the seeds, the flowers, bark, rind, and leaves of plants. And then they actually get extracted and distilled for health purposes. The chemical components in the essential oils help the plants function and fight pathogens and disease and stress. And what's really cool is that these same compounds can help protect our bodies as well. Since plant physiology is similar enough to our own, we can get therapeutic benefits from the oils.
Well, so how would they use them? And how would they determine, hey, this would be a good one for me?
So there are so many essential oils out there. That's a great question. But just to step back a bit, there's really three ways that people use essential oils. And one is the most common way you use it in your office and people are most familiar with, and that is inhaling them. And one of the most amazing things about using essential oils and inhaling them is that our olfactory system, which is our sense of smell, is directly connected to the limbic system in our brain. And we have millions of receptor sites in our noses, but when we inhale, these receptor sites actually send impulses to the brain, and it's a quick connection. So it can really affect our mood really quickly. So that's one way. Another way is you can also use the oils topically. So you can put them on your skin, great for like rashes and things like that. One thing I want to mention is if you are using it topically, you probably want to use what's called a carrier oil or something that's going to dilute it. So in case your skin is sensitive, you don't want to have any reaction to it. And the third way is in some instances, you can actually take the essential oils internally and they can have benefits that way.
And so how would you determine, because I know when people come into my office, one of the first things they'll say the moment they walk in the door is, it smells great in here. And I've noticed over time, depending on what's going on in the environment, what's going on with people's with their bodies, I've chosen different oils for different periods of time. How would you suggest, if someone's just getting started, what are good oils to get started with, and how could they benefit with those particular oils?
So there's several different oils that I would suggest starting with. One would be the citrus oils, so something like lemon or wild orange. And citrus oils have so many benefits. First of all, you can take most of them internally, only if it's a certain brand and if you know that it is considered a supplement, because there's a lot of oils out there, like the ones you would get at Walmart and stuff, that you just want to stay away from. So we can come back to that in a minute if you want. But the citrus oils are very high in something called limonene, which can be detoxifying and cleansing to your system and have so many health benefits to it. Also, the citrus oils, as far as inhaling them, they're just very uplifting, and they are just great for mood and a lot of the stress that all of us are feeling right now. And in addition, things like lemon and wild orange can help with some congestion in the body. So if people are feeling congested, they could breathe that in, and it can help with that as well.
Yeah, and especially in our area in New Jersey, we had such a light winter that the pollen count, even for people that normally don't have, allergy type symptoms, and also because people have been walking outside a lot more than they might normally go to the gym, they've been outside. I've seen a lot of people comment on how the oils have helped them in that way.
Right. And there's other oils. There's one oil, like peppermint oil. It's just very energizing, and it's great before you go for a walk. It gives you a little extra energy. They've actually done research on peppermint oil in athletes, and they were able to run longer and faster after taking some peppermint oil. It can help with your attention. I mean, we're so distracted these days. You can put a dab of peppermint on if you have to focus on something. There's also some oils that are just also have more calming abilities. Like there's an oil blend that I like called Balance, and that's like a grounding blend, and we can all use a little bit more balance these days, right? So
yeah. And would you say, can people use that, like if they're having a hard time falling asleep, for example, would they be able to use something like that just to fuse it in their bedroom, or how would they work that?
Yeah, definitely. You can diffuse it in your bedroom. You can put it on the bottom of your feet. A lot of time people have, people do reflexology. You can put it on reflex points on the bottom of your feet. You could put it on your wrist point or other pulse points. And there's another great blend called Serenity, which is also I'm using a lot with a lot of my clients right now. And that is the restful blend, and it helps people sleep. So you can put it on topically. You can diffuse it. And I've just seen great results from that. There is a learning curve to using.
Is it a learning curve with the individual or with the physiology?
With both, really, because one person will love peppermint and somebody hates it, so it's really kind of experience and seeing how we're all individuals, so it really is a matter of how you feel from using the oils.
So Stephanie, you had mentioned before about different brands, and can you just speak to how different companies matter when it comes to both supplementation and oils?
Sure, yeah, and to let you know, like when I first got started with essential oils, I just went to, I think, the health food store and got a couple oils, and my results were like, meh. And then I started working with another company that I said, it didn't have great results. But when I started working with the company I'm working with now, I'm just seeing so many amazing things happen for my family and my clients. And one of the things I love about them is they do so many levels of testing to make sure there's no contaminants and no other, no heavy metals and things like that in the oils. And that is just so important because we're overloaded with toxins these days. So you want to be really careful about that.
Yeah, I mean, quality matters, right?
For sure.
Stephanie, thanks so much for all that amazing information. So this is a lot, and I know that we just wanted to put something to introduce essential oils to the listeners. What would you suggest? How can they contact you if they have questions about nutrition or oils or both? And if they wanted to find out more about you or more about the products you were talking about, what's their best immediate course of action?
So they can definitely contact the office or email the office, and Corrine can put them in touch with me. And I'm more than willing to speak with somebody if they have specific issues that they want to see if they can address it with the essential oils. I could do a free consult with somebody about that. But I also, and sharing in the link below, I believe it will be, is just a great starter kit that somebody can use It covers so many things. It helps with pain and sleep and some of the other oils that we spoke about earlier. And it's just a great way to get started because there are so many oils and it can be overwhelming for someone at first. So just to start with this handful is a great way to dip your toe in.
Okay, that's great. And again, that's always worked for me. You've introduced me slowly, and I think that's why it stuck with me. So again, thank you so much for your time and just being such a great support all these years.
Thank you.